DropMock friends. Happy Tuesday and happy New Year's Eve. The last day of 2019 is officially upon us. The question is, who stays up and parties till midnight? That is going to be the question as you guys are logging on, joining me live, or watching the replay later on today. Let me know in the comments below with some fun emojis. Let me know, do you stay up and party till midnight on New Year's Eve? We've done that in my family for years upon years. We have our own little party / celebration. It's a whole lot of fun, and we live stream like the ball dropping from New York. Christopher and I, a couple of our friends are actually in New York City to watch it for the first time. It's been on one of my friends' bucket lists for years, but that is definitely not on my bucket list. I would hate that, just the crowds, and I would be scared of being kidnapped or our purses being stolen, things like that. That does not sound very fun to me. But if you have been to New York City on New Year's Eve, let me know in the comments below. And did you have fun while you were there, or was it just completely crazy? Let me know in the comments below. Here are my emojis to represent New Year's Eve. Looks like some friends are joining us. Hello, friends. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I was just talking about New Year's Eve, and if you stay up until midnight, let me know in the comments below, or do you go to bed early? See, I like staying up. 2019, it's going to end, and then we stay up till 2020. I think it's very fun. Plus, there's the annual tradition that at midnight you're supposed to kiss your partner, kiss your husband or wife. And the very first year that Christopher came out and hung with my family on New Year's Eve, you guys, he ruined the New Year's Eve kiss. You want to know why? He was eating food. He ate an apple slice literally when there were 5 seconds left on the clock. And so every single year since then, I haven't got the right New Year's Eve kiss. So hopefully this year, as husband and wife, we actually get a good one this year. Mama and Papa O keep beating us every single year. So hopefully that works out at midnight tonight. But we're also going to have sparkling cider. We'll put on some party hats. It's going to be great fun. But enough about New Year's Eve. Now we're going to talk about marketing content in 2020. It's so weird to say that, 2020. That is coming up tomorrow. I have the link over in the description area, so if you guys want to follow along, this was a recent blog post that I put out just yesterday on our DropMock blog. And if you want to get ahead of the competition in your industry by knowing what marketing content is going to be popular, the type of content that's going to rock and roll in 2020, you're going to want to stick around for this live stream because I'm going to walk you through every single one. In the blog post, I specifically wrote out 5, and this is based on podcasts and blog posts that I have personally been consuming, and then I put it into our blog post because I agree with all 5 of these. Let me show you my new phone background before I log on. It's going to build me, not break me. That's my new screensaver. That's one of my mottos going into 2020. It's going to build me, not break me. Do you guys have a word or a theme for 2020? I know some people like the whole New Year's resolutions. Some people like choosing a word or a theme for their new year. Let me know in the comments below if that's something you do. I do both. I do my next set of 90-day challenge, and I chose a word / theme for the year, and mine is experience. Let me put that in the comments. Experience. And then if you guys have a word or a theme, I would love to know what it is and why you chose it. So definitely put that down in the comments below if you're watching live or you're watching the replay later on today. Now, I'm going to go on ahead and pull up that recent blog post of 2020 business marketing trends, and we're going to go through this together. If you are, or are you ready for a new decade? We are days away. one day away from 2020, and I don't know about you, but I have a strong feeling that this is going to be the year that our brands and businesses rock and roll. Of course, that'll only happen if we are willing to put our heads down and do the work. In this blog post, I'm going to be sharing with you the 2020 marketing trends that you need to be aware of. You don't want to be left in the dust, so take something I share here and run full steam ahead with it going into 2020. So we're going to start with the very first trend on the list. Trend number 1 for video marketing content, or just marketing content, is voice and video. And you might want to write these down. Voice and video will be the top trend for marketing in 2020. People are listening to 85 to 90% of a single podcast episode. So if you put out a 30-minute podcast episode, chances are your listeners are tuning in for over 20 minutes. There is plenty of room for you to jump in on this trend if you haven't already. I know so many people think the podcast industry is already so saturated. Now is actually a perfect time for you to start and launch your own podcast. It really is. It's a great time. Get in on it. This is something I'm focusing on the beginning of 2020 as well. We have our DropMock podcast, and today is actually that special guest interview I have that you guys don't know who I'm interviewing yet. That's happening this afternoon. But then for my personal podcast as well, for my personal coaching brand, podcasting is something we're focusing on for both of those in 2020. Where was I going? People need to hear your message, and who doesn't love being able to multitask while learning and growing at the same time? That's one of the beauties about podcasting, you guys, is people probably want to consume your content. They want to hear your voice. They want to hear your message, but they have 50,000 other things on their to-do list that they have to do for the day. But if you had a podcast, they're able to get that message from you audio style. They're able to listen to the podcast while they're driving to work, while they're going to the grocery store, while they're cleaning their house. It's a really awesome way for people to consume your content. And then as for video, if you really want to establish the know, like, and trust factor, if you haven't heard of that, the know, like, and trust factor, you need to decide what video platforms, so YouTube, IGTV, TikTok, Instagram stories, you need to decide what video platforms you are going to post on multiple times a week. Record value for your audience to establish an authentic friendship with them. That's what the know, like, and trust factor is all about, establishing an authentic friendship with your audience. And so that's the top trend, is voice and video content in 2020. So you need to pick one of those that you would like to focus on and really run full steam ahead with. The second trend, I keep shaking the computer screen with my enthusiasm. The second trend for marketing in 2020 is higher value opt-ins. Higher value opt-ins. And if you are hoping to grow your email list, this is for you. Checklists and one-pagers are becoming a thing of the past. They have their time and place. They can get you a few email addresses, but have you noticed that many leaders are giving away courses that they originally sold for hundreds of dollars? Masterminds, courses, tickets, books are being used as higher value opt-ins because the value, scalability, and potential profit of having an email list for your brand or business is huge. Now, this was something I was convicted of. Now, again, this list of marketing trends I put together based on other podcasts and blog posts that I consumed. And this one in particular was from Brody Pearson, and he's a branding marketing expert for small businesses. Like, he's a brand photographer, actually. And he was saying how the higher value opt-ins is all about you being able to grow your email list. And having a list of someone's emails for your brand or business has huge potential for scalability, profit, and value. And it also adds a lot of credibility to your brand or business as well. And he was talking about how things like a social media checklist, a morning routine checklist, a clothing checklist, one-page blog posts, one-page journal prompts, those type of things are not necessarily enough to collect a high amount of email addresses in 2020. So as we're moving forward, more people are realizing, okay, I have to put in my email address to get this one-page freebie. And so our higher value opt-in is convincing someone like it is worth you giving me your email because of how much value I'm about to give you for free. For example, my recent freebie that I re-put out after the I Am Virtual Summit was a controlled chaos challenge. And this controlled chaos challenge was a 5-day external environment type of challenge where every single day it was, okay, clean your room. On Monday, on Tuesday, it was clean out your friends. On Wednesday, it was clean out your closet. Like, it's a really awesome control chaos challenge. I really love it. And it really does help people with their external environment. It truly does. However, based on the marketing data for 2020, the reason I have not got a lot of, why can I not speak, for heaven's sakes? The reason I have not gotten a significant amount of email addresses from putting out that freebie is more than likely because it needs to be a higher value opt-in. And so I'm going to combine the first trend of voice and video with the higher value opt-in. What I'm going to do is make the controlled chaos challenge not just a PDF Word type of document that you download. I'm going to create a video course for my Controlled Chaos Challenge. And then people get free access to my Controlled Chaos mini course type of series, which will definitely help increase the amount of email addresses I get because it's a lot more personable as well, and definitely a higher value opt-in because I've included video and voice. So I'm really excited about that, but that's trend number 2, a higher value opt-in. I hope me explaining that was more helpful for you guys. And then let's go into the third trend, conversational marketing. Conversational marketing. And this is one that I do not fully understand yet. I need to do some more research into it. Gary Vee has been hyping up text message marketing and text bots for a while. Its first big boom has already happened, but it's only going to keep growing. Now, here's a really fun fact. The open rates and click-through rates for this type of marketing is even higher than email marketing. Let that sink in for a second. This blew my mind. The open rates and click-through rates for this type of marketing is even higher than email marketing. Think of it this way. Everyone has their phone on hand. People are so much more likely to read a message and click on a link once a notification pops up on their home screen. Plus, it has that personal factor of, hey, look, so-and-so just texted me. How cool, I wonder what's up. Let me look and see. You can find different third-party platforms / apps that can help you get started. You can even start with simply setting up automatic replies on your Facebook business page. So to put that into a snow globe, why did I just lose my train of thought? I'm sorry, you guys. Conversational marketing, back on track. The text bots and text message marketing. So pretty much this is just like on your Facebook business page when you can set up automatic replies. So it's, or if you go to a site and on the side now there's like that chat feature, like chat with support. That's what I'm talking about here. Of people are more inclined. Ooh, here's a perfect example. I had signed up to participate in a course by Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins. They were doing a big online conference all about the KBB method. And this was maybe a month or two ago, several months ago. And once I had put in my email address, they also were able to start sending me Facebook messages. And so even though it wasn't exactly them texting and messaging me, I was able to get notifications. I was able to stay in contact about this conference, about this online event, because they were sending me consistent messages through Facebook Messenger. And that's the same deal here of, Gary Vee and Mel Robbins now, they have given out like a phone number, even though it's not their personal cell phone. You can contact them and ask questions and do Q&A and submit reviews through a telephone number that their staff or maybe even themselves are texting and replying back to. So that's what it's all about, like conversational marketing of DMs, of texting, automatic replies, support chat, those type of things. I'm not super familiar with it, but it is growing in popularity, and I've signed up for things like that before. So we'll see where that goes. I do have my automatic replies set up on my Facebook business page, and that's been super helpful, but it does make sense that the open rates and click-through rates for this type of marketing is growing even higher than email marketing because, I have my phone next to me. If I get a message from Mel Robbins popped up on my phone, obviously I'm going to want to look. And so I'm going to look at it and be like, oh man, she texted me, how cool, I wonder what's up. And then that type of, you could have a link of, check out my new course, check out my new product that we're selling, and then click on that link to go and check it out. You're probably more likely to do that with a phone notification than going all the way to your Gmail and to your inbox, opening up the email. You know what I mean? So that is going to be trend number 3, conversational marketing. Good morning, everyone. Hello. Trend number 4 is influencer marketing. And there's going to be kind of a shift with influencer marketing. You know how Instagram has been removing vanity metrics such as likes and comments. For those of you who don't know, this originally was just in Canada, but now they've opened it up worldwide where Instagram is removing being able to see likes and comments. So if I go to Sally Sue's Instagram page, I can't see that 200 people liked her post. I can't see that 100 people left comments unless I click a few extra buttons. So it's removing these vanity metrics. That way you rely more on other forms of data instead of just likes or comments. Well, in 2020, there will continue to be a major shift away from perfectly curated feeds and vanity metrics for influencers, brands, and businesses alike. People want to know you, the real human you. Just like Jamie says, add you to business. They want you to be an authentic friend with them and be willing to share your everyday life with them. We'll also have to share more consistently with our audience. And this applies to brands, businesses, and influencers, specifically when it comes to selling and campaigns. Long go the days of sharing about a product or service only 3 or 4 times before completely selling out. With how much content people are consuming these days, we will need to share about what we offer or what we're promoting close to 16 times before a potential customer or client's light bulb switch will even go off in their head to slap down their money for it. So to wrap up trend number 4 of influencer marketing, it's saying that first of all, vanity metrics, perfect photos, perfect Instagram feeds are becoming a thing of the past. People want more everyday, real life authenticity. But then part 2 is having to share more consistently with your audience. You can't just go on Instagram stories 2 times to promote something and then you completely sell out of that product or you completely get booked for that service. You need to be in front of someone 10 to 16 times before they will even reach out with a question about that product or service that you're offering, or before they will even click to your website to find out more, or before they will put money down. 10 to 16 times. So that's definitely going to be a bigger shift with influencer marketing coming up in 2020. And then the final trend that we're going to talk about after I take a sip of my protein shake. 1 second. Okay, then going into trend number 5 for marketing in 2020, a multi-channel approach. Multi-channel approach. If you are a solopreneur, the more your content is being seen, shared, or saved, the more you are building a brand or business that is known, liked, and trusted. Even Gary Vee is saying that the people who will win are the ones who are putting out the most valuable and consistent content. If you stick to a content plan, and I've talked to you guys about this before, you will be able to be successful on multiple different platforms in ways that will help you to grow. Pretty much, that means with the multi-channel approach, the more your content is being seen, liked, shared, saved, you are building a brand or business that can be trusted. It has that know, like, and trust factor involved. And so even Gary Vee is saying that the people who are going to win over the next few years are the brands and businesses that are putting out the most valuable and consistent content every single week. So one of the marketing trends in 2020 is going to be a multi-channel approach of, can you have the appearance of being everywhere all the time? Are you on Snapchat? Are you on Instagram? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Facebook? Can you be on all these different platforms without actually being on all of them all the time? So a multi-channel approach, and maybe that does require you to, hire out, to get a social media assistant or something like that. But that's something really big coming up in 2020 of who has the most content coming out, because that is the person that is being seen the most, and that means your brand or business is actually being built and you're getting an audience and a following behind you. So to just go over the 5 marketing trends again, bullet point style, we have voice and video, higher value opt-ins for email lists, conversational marketing, so text bots, text message marketing, influencer marketing and the shifts there. And then the 5th one is multi-channel approaches to building a brand or business. Now, I know this was kind of a longer live stream than I usually do, and Jamie isn't even on with me. I do apologize for the rambling this morning. I think this is my first live stream, first video of the day, so I was warming up for the morning. But I do hope that this blog post is inspiring and impactful for you. I want to know in the comments below, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay later on, which trend you want to go more in on. 1 through 5, if you had to pick one, what would you choose to focus on most in 2020? For me, I would pick, I kind of have 2 or 3. I don't know. I kind of want to do them all. The only one on that list that I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that until I can hire out would be the text message and text bots. That's just not an area I'm familiar with. So I would definitely want to hire out for that, or at least to set it all up and figure it out. I can see where there would be a lot of value in it, especially if you're already established everywhere else that you want to be. So maybe that's if you're a bigger brand or business, you've been in business for several years, you can start to focus on that in 2020. But I know for myself, voice and video and the higher value opt-ins for email marketing is where I'm focusing. But I would love to know what areas you're going to be focusing on in 2020 and any other professional goals that you have coming up in the new year. You can let me know down in the comments below. I would love to read all about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. I sincerely appreciate it, and I will talk to everyone later on. Bye.